Now I'll call the meeting of the Carbon County Board of Commissioners order. Please rise for a moment of silence, prayer, and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Lord, send your Holy Spirit to preside over this meeting and help us to work together for your honor and glory. May the work we do today benefit the life of our residents and all who work and serve here in our county. We ask this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of constituting the accuracy of written minutes. Tapes are reused, eliminating recorded records of these proceedings. Approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held July 18th, 2019.
So moved. Second motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. Are there any guests concerning county business?
Chris Lukasevich, Jim Thorpe. Has the county withdrawn its permit request for the Susquehanna Street project yet from the Jim Thorpe Borough?
It is not.
And why is that?
We're working with our land use attorney. He's developing the agreement with Jim Thorpe to withdraw the land development agreement.
Well, it seems like a simple memorandum, according to the borough manager and the borough council, Jim Thorpe, would suffice. So it's been over 90 days now, I believe. Seems it's taken quite a bit of time. May not have taken that time actually to put the permit in, yet it's taken over 3 months to withdraw it.
It took years.
Well, a little hyperbole there to make a point.
Yeah, but no, it's in process.
All right, so as a private citizen, I could call there and tell them I want to withdraw and it'd be fine. As a government now, I might have to more formally do it. So it seems strange that the county isn't on the ball in withdrawing this in a timely manner so that the SOS folks can go ahead and withdraw their petition to the court. All right, so they haven't. Is it policy or procedure for the county government to respond to letter from municipal governments? Is it policy, customary for the county to respond to formal letters from municipalities of this county?
I don't understand what you're.
Okay, well,
Or-
there could be. Has Carbon County, the Board of Commissioners, responded to the Packard Township letter in regards to their concerns on 5 March about wind turbines being placed on the Broad Mountain?
I don't think we have, no.
Yet they say, and that begat the question, upon receipt of this letter, please let us know your response. This is signed by the Board of Supervisors of Packard Township, yet we didn't feel it necessary to respond to their concerns.
Have to look into that one.
Yeah, if you would please. It would seem that Commissioner Gerhart, being so anti-turbine, would have at least made a motion publicly to ensure the commissioners took prompt action on
Your
that.
opinion, Mr. Lucas.
Yes, it is my opinion and
Well,
that
that's
of
not
many
mine.
citizens. Matter of fact, well, let's bring that up. Let me rephrase a question so not to be redundant. Not on your financial filings. Have you accepted money, in-kind contributions, check, money order, cash from any wind turbine proponents?
You know what, Chris?
It's just a simple question, may I
You can
ask?
go over
Because
to
it
your
will
records
influence
office and get
decisions
my
you might,
financial
I
report.
said not on your financial filings.
Mr. Lukasevich, that's getting redundant. This subject has come up numerous times.
Yeah, but he didn't answer it correctly last time, so I had to
Well, I
rephrase
guess
it
I
in case
didn't
you didn't
answer it the way
understand.
you want me to answer.
All right. So lastly, what is the interest or dividend being paid on the most recent debt that the county has taken out for the construction project, that Susquehanna project?
You talking about the amount?
Yes, the interest and dividend that would be paid for those who bought those
We'll
bonds.
have to look that up to get you the correct answer.
All right.
I don't have that figure off the top
No,
of
we
my
All
just
right.
don't care.
Yeah, is it more or less than what we're gonna earn from the CDs?
It can't be.
It can't be more or it can't be less.
Well, the CDs can't be more.
That's
We'll
right.
get into
Right.
what-
So at best, we could
Otherwise,
break
get into an
even,
arbitrage
Right.
issue.
but we really know what's happening.
In fact, I don't think we've gotten any rates on any CDs.
No, we didn't put it out on CDs. Right now, it's sitting at, I believe we're getting 2.35% right now.
3.25,
2.35.
and that's sitting in the savings?
It's sitting in our money market account for capital projects.
Money
yes.
market, okay. All right, thank you, Ron. That's all.
Okay. Ms. Lukasevich, you have a?
Yes, I'm here. I'm also a member of Denver Borough Council. I am not here on behalf of the Borough Council, but I would like to have this matter cleared up for me that Mr. Lukasevich has brought up here today. I would like to know just what is going on between the county and the borough. Thank you.
You referring to the, application for the permit?
I would like to have it cleared for me as to what Mr. Lukasevich was asking you now with regards to the cooperation between this borough, between this county and that borough. I know that we do have a representative, I think it's Councilman John McGuire, who doesn't seem to have any of the answers when we're asking him about what's going on with the building and everything here. With the project on Susquehanna Street, I just,
Okay, well, I think our solicitor answered the question, it is, best of his ability at this time to deal with, okay?
thank you.
Any other guests concerning county business?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
hi.
Hi.
Okay, you asked for information last week.
Yeah, your
if you
name,
wanted
please,
to
just so
see-
for the
I
record,
have that
please.
information. It includes the changes we would like to see in our county through the laws of our state, the
Mm-hmm.
copy of Libra's Law, and a Senate Bill 1372 concerning cruelty to animals. These changes include a challenge and an improvement in the tethering law, but the most important part of that law would be ventilation. We can actually lock a dog in a shed right now without windows or air conditioning, and it's quite all right. We have to wait till the deterioration of the dog gets bad before we can let the dog out, which is a crazy thing. So that needs to be amended. So again, better requirements for dogs outside. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is if we could make the requirements to be an animal protection officer easier for them. It's just, you know, crazy. It's a long list. These people are doing this for free, and they have to go away for a week here and away for a week here, leave their job, and then they have to work for free using their own gas, their own hours. So which leads to the fact that if they do that, they might not do their job so well, or they might not be in a big hurry. So we don't have any officer. We have one officer in Carbon County, and that officer has to use her own money and her own gas
Right.
money.
At one time, I think we had 3, and the other
Okay.
2 were gone.
And there's the reason why, they're not getting paid. Even if you could pay maybe part-time, I mean, we're asking for one part-time person, so they can actually do their job and help these dogs that are, in need. In the winter, it's especially bad, because a lot of people have these dogs that are way back in the woods and nobody can see what's going on with them. So here's that information, I don't know.
Yeah, you can just present it to us, leave it there. We'll just,
Would
thank
you
you.
give your name, please, for the keeper of
Sorry,
record?
Margaret Rush. And the last thing I just wanted to talk, I wanted to mention one other thing. We had a meeting about this situation Monday night, and Corporal Mike Spada from Harrisburg came up. And he spoke for 2.5 hours. We had to shut it down because it was getting too late, but he just went on and on and on about this and the laws and the changes. We had a severe weather problem that night. There was an alert out. We had monsoon rains, and 36 people still showed up, along with Chris Lukasevich. And And that's telling you that people in this county care about animals. You go on social media, women vote, and women care about animals. So you go on social media, you see all this information back and forth about dogs being abused. They're your voters. They care. And so if we care, then you should care what we care about, and women care about animals. So you wanna get reelected, it's a good thing.
Yeah, as far as the certification, I'm not sure that's a legislative issue, but that's regulated by the Department of Agriculture, and they are the ones, to my understanding, the way I understand the rules are, the policies, they're the ones that set the policies on the training and everything. It's not set forth in any legislation. So, that's where you would have to go
Right.
or start to get those changes made.
Yes, and I'm ignorant on that, and you know what you're talking about. So
I don't know
I'm
about
gonna
that,
say.
so I don't know.
So I'm just gonna say right here, I don't
Until
know
you
how
listen to it.
it comes to be that somebody would get paid, even part-time, but I'd appreciate it. And one other thing I'd like to talk about
Okay.
is Synagro. Each township has to fight so that Synagro does not come in on our farmlands. Synagro is a company that takes human waste,
Mhm.
road runoff, pharmaceuticals. It takes chemotherapy products, puts it all into their company and sells us a package that says it's okay now. And then they sell it to our farmers so that our farmers can put it on our property. Then the runoff from the human poop goes into, let's say, Lizard Creek and heads down to Allentown, which is not a good thing. Now, Bethel Township won their fight. They had to pay $150,000, close to that. Each township has to pay to get their township away from Synagro. I'm concerned about that. You can see the signs on 895, it says no human waste.
Mhm.
You know, it's a serious thing,
For sure.
so.
I understand that.
just
And,
think-
don't wanna get into any major debates or anything, and it's the same with the fill being brought in from out of state, and, I
No,
know that
this
concerns
is
this
from-
Board of Commissioners.
This is, they're in Philadelphia and Maryland, I
Well,
believe.
yeah, I understand that, but what the point I'm trying to make is the regulations start at the state level,
Yeah,
and, they allow them to
EPA.
bring it from
Yeah.
other states, and yet,
EPA,
you know,
DEP, yeah.
they won't take our
Understood.
waste,
But the problem is,
we're the dumping grounds.
yes, but that's if our townships don't fight and spend enough money to fight this. Each individual, and I'm from East Penn, we're in the middle of fighting it right now.
Mhm.
Like I said before, Mount Bethel won, so they don't have to have it.
Yeah.
But that's really a rough thing and a lot of money.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I gave Kim Berger all kind of information. It's called sewage sludge, but they give it a fancy name and they call it biosolids.
Exactly,
So there's over 300,000 toxins in it, we're very familiar with it.
yes.
Packard Township has an ordinance keeping it out of the township. So, that's on the township level, that's, East Penn has to fight that battle.
I know.
They're only required to test for a handful, and that's the sad part.
Very expensive. All right, well, thank you for
Okay.
your time.
Any other guests concerning county business at this time? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on.
Report of executive sessions held,
There were none.
department reports, the budget transfers.
So moved.
Second the motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
There were no supplemental appropriations. Expenditures, approval of payroll check numbers 71357 through 71462, and direct deposit check numbers 6010671 through 6011102 for the payroll paid through the payroll fund checking account for all county funds totaling $612,781.98. This is the payroll dated July 19th, 2019.
Motion to ratify.
Second the motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Approval of check numbers 207302 through 207410 for expenditures to the general fund clearing account totaling $224,880.71.
So moved.
Second the motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes, with the exception of the bills for the Times News, Penn Teledata, and Blue Ridge Communications, to which I abstain, because I'm a part-time employee of the Times News, which is a sister company of Pentel Data and Blue Ridge Communications. And I'd like to present to the Keeper of Records a memorandum stating my potential conflict of interest with Penco-related companies as per the advice of the State Ethics Commission.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The treasurer's report?
Move to approve.
Second motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. At this time, I'll recess the weekly meeting of the commissioners and call to order the special salary board meeting. Are there any guests concerning salary board business at this time?
Yes, Chris Lukasevich, Jim
Yes.
Thorpe, so I'll probably just simply be beating the media to the question, but can you describe the director trainee position for Veterans Affairs?
We are gonna create that position today so that we can advertise that position.
Or is simply the precursor step to advertise the
Correct.
position of the director? Okay.
And the reason we called a special meeting, let me explain that right up front, is that we have a little bit of a timeline here with the retirement coming up. The person has to train, and their training is coming up, additional training is coming up in early October. So, we're creating, that's why we called a special meeting, to create it so we can advertise it and conduct interviews. And the way we will, I'll discuss that right now while we're on the subject, is that we will do it like we have last time. The Board of Commissioners, and we are looking at representatives from the Veterans Affairs, our veterans organizations throughout the county. The last time we had picked, 5 people from different areas, and we are looking at doing that the same way. Now, unfortunately, last time one of them became ill or something and could not participate in the interviews for that position. So we are planning on doing the same thing this time,
Okay, thank you.
okay? Any other guests concerning salary board? Okay,
Report of executive sessions held?
there was one executive session held on July 24th, 2019 at 10 a.m.
Veterans Affairs, establish the position of one director trainee at $31,158.40 per annum, grade S6, step A, effective July 25th, 2019.
So moved.
Second motion.
Mr. Cramsey?
Yes.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. Okay, since that was a special meeting, and the sole purpose of the special meeting, I adjourn the salary board meeting. I'll reconvene the weekly meeting of the commission.
Next item is the personnel report.
Move to approve.
Second motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Advertising. Authorize the advertisement for the invitation to bid for replacement of 3 hot water heaters at the Carbon County Correctional Facility.
So moved.
Second motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
I abstain since the advertisement will be placed in the Times News where I am a part-time employee.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Children and Youth for approval and execution, the fiscal year 2018-2019 purchase of service agreements submitted with the providers as listed as per the attached rates.
So moved.
Second motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Human Services for ratification, the 2018-2019, April through June of 2019, third quarter inventory participation report, and invoice expense reimbursement request for the Carbon County Temporary Emergency Food Assistance Program.
So moved.
Second motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Planning and Development for adoption and execution, the annual review of the residential anti-displacement and relocation assistance plan and the 4-factor analysis and limited English proficiency plan as required for the fiscal year 2019 Community Development Block Grant application.
Motion to adopt.
Second motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
For approval and execution, change order number 1 to the contract with Stony Lonesome Excavation of Summit Hill, Pennsylvania for Andrewsy Park Facilities, Parks and Recreation, Packer Township, fiscal year 2014. Due to changes made to stay within their budget, the contract price has decreased $28,065 to a new total price of $40,285.
So moved.
Second the motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The service agreement for approval and execution of full service maintenance agreement with Printastat Incorporated of York, Pennsylvania, to extend the warranty on a recently purchased HP DesignJet printer for 4 additional years at a cost of $1,673.23.
Move for the agreement.
Second the motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Solicitors report?
Thank you. Communications 911 for approval, authorize the discontinuance of the maintenance on licensed software for the computer-aided dispatch with Tyler Technologies, which is no longer needed.
So moved.
Second the motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Coroner for approval and execution, agreement with Quincy Technology Solutions of New Haven, Connecticut for unlimited licensed software and maintenance for the coroner's office for the period January 1, 2019 through December 31, 2019. Cost of $1,750 for hosting and $2,200 for licensing, totaling $3,950, which represents an increase of $2,250, which is funded through the Vital Statistics Fund. The last agreement was a special one-time pricing offer for all previous e-seated users which were facing shutdown of the program.
So moved.
Second the motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Solid Waste for approval and execution, change order number 1 for the contract with Mid-Atlantic Solid Waste Consultants regarding the municipal waste management. The change order increases the agreement $420 for an additional 4 labor hours with a rate of $105 per hour for revisions to the solicitation for disposal capacity, negotiations with landfills, and developing special guidance on contracting for curbside collection services. The new contract total is $74,920.
So moved.
Second the motion.
Mr. O'Gore?
Yes.
Mr. Gerhart?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Any further business? Hearing none, commissioners' reports. Commissioner O'Gore?
I have nothing.
Commissioner Gerhart?
I have nothing.
Commissioner Notstein?
Yes, I'd like to give an update on the issue with the water at the animal shelter. We all know that, I think, everyone's aware that we have an issue with, the water. We had the water tested positive for bacteria. So in the meantime, what we had done, we had brought a water tanker in now. We're not using the water, we're told not to use the water at the animal shelter, because of the issues there, we're getting it from the comm center, et cetera. Took a little bit longer to get the tanker there, they had an issue, and, I don't wanna go into details, embarrassing situation, but, for not us, the county, beyond our control. So we do have the water tanker up there, we are pumping DEP approved water into the system for sanitation reasons, cleaning the kennels and personal use, et cetera. So with the well itself, it's an artesian well, and what we think really has occurred there, because of the increase of the sulfur, or iron sulfites, et cetera, is because of the groundwater level increasing. The water was getting into the well because of the low head, and that problem has been rectified. So cleaning up the system, cleaning the pipe, and would cost in excess of almost $10,000 minimum. But to clean up the iron sulfite issue would become a major, major expense over a long term. The cost of the equipment, we're being told, could possibly be $30,000 to $40,000 to treat it, plus the upkeep of the system, the filtering, the material that coagulates the iron sulfates for removal from the water could be long-term very expensive. So what we're looking at now, by next week, we're hoping to have a proposal from hydrologic, or a hydro, geologist for, coming up, looking at the possibility of maybe drilling the well deeper to get below the iron sulfites, or giving us another location for digging a well. And either way, what we would then do, it would finally give us a good backup system if we can get fresh, clean water, good water, not only for the prison, but for the animal shelter and 911 EMA. It would give us that redundancy that we should have anyway, should something happen to the well. And that has occurred in the past where the wires had burned off from the pump, you know, to the pump house, and we had to get a generator in, and it got rather expensive with the generator there. But this, we're working on that now. It's not gonna be short term, because we have to go through the process of approving the agreement hopefully next week to get things moving, and hopefully that could be done in a timely fashion, coming up with a whatever bid specs we may have to come up with to proceed, whether drilling this current artesian well deeper or digging a new well and connecting the systems together so we have a redundancy so we can switch from one to the other. So that's where we're at right now. You know, we wanna make it permanent cleanup and not have to worry about that anymore, and have a redundant system, a backup system for all the buildings and the animals and the prisoners, et cetera, and the personnel up there. So that's where we're at right now, working on that. So long time coming, but we'll get there, and bear with us, you know, until we go through the bidding process. It could be 2-3 months maybe, or hopefully not longer. Hopefully we can get this accomplished in a timely fashion. So that's where we're at on the water situation. Okay?
I just wanna take 1 minute. I wanna thank the chairman for his comments, but I think a lot of times Facebook can make or break us, okay? And I think a lot of times people are misled with false information. The animal shelter is very near and dear to my heart. You know, I do care about all of the dogs that are at the shelter. They receive excellent care every day because of our employees. But I was notified on July 14th of a water problem. That was the weekend of the yard sale. Tom Connor sent me a picture of the dirty water in the walk-in baiting area for the dogs. I immediately sent that picture to Larry Sinicola, our maintenance director, told him we needed to address the problem immediately. I spoke with my fellow commissioners, made them aware of the problem. The next day, which was Monday the 15th, Scott Moyer from Moyer Well Drilling was contacted. Scott told us to let the water run for a long period of time to see if it cleared up, and we know we had some issues. But I believe the 17th, the water was tested. At no time were we out of water. We were receiving water from the EMA. So I just want that to be very, very clear. And the work that we've done at our shelter, other counties, you know, only wish they had what we had. We have air conditioning in the entire shelter. We have ventilated the kennel area. We've painted the floors in the kennel area. We have new gates on the kennels. We have a walk-in bathing area for the dogs. We've renovated the bathrooms. We bought a commercial washing machine to clean up the clothing for $1,000. We have all new tile flooring. We have all new LED lighting. We even have our own dumpster at the shelter now. We had problems with the bears and animals breaking into the garbage. We have our own dumpster. So I think we've gone above and beyond of what most counties would do. That's all I have to say.
Meeting adjourned. Amy, we'll let you go first today.
Good morning. In regards to the animal shelter and the water issue that you're saying, you were talking about the redundant system. Just currently, it's only affecting the shelter, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure on that one. And I believe that is all I have then. Thank you.
Okay, Kelly.
I have nothing, thank you.
Melissa.
I don't have anything.
Nothing.